What's going on, everybody? It's your dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't chase a guy, especially if you want him to come back, okay? I know a lot of... First off, let me give you the definition of chasing. I'm a big believer that chasing just doesn't mean reaching out and reaching out again and trying to convince him to come back. It's also waiting around hoping he will. And you're gonna see why I say that throughout this video, okay? The importance of waiting or not waiting around for a man to change his mind. Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. Love you forever. Along with the bell notification. And if you want to work with yours truly or get my course, Attraction Academy, which goes into a lot of detail on the things I talk about in my videos and more, links are down below in the description. So, first off, I want to really emphasize the importance of power dynamics. And you have to understand the kind of hierarchy of power when you are a woman who desires something and he, on the other hand, is just kind of like, I'm not really feeling it. Or for whatever reason, he pulls away, right? So I tell women a lot of the times, you have to think of things as a negotiation. If you're going into this room to negotiate something with this guy, such as coming back, you are at a very strong disadvantage. Let me zoom in on my fine ass, hold on. You're at a very strong disadvantage when it comes to this because you're what I call outcome dependent. And being outcome dependent makes it very hard to negotiate, doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room because you're looking for a specific outcome. While he, on the other hand, is just going in to go in. He's just going in and is like, hey, it is what it is. Let's see what I can get out of it. Remember what I'm saying here. Let me see what I can just get out of it. I'm not losing anything because I'm not really dependent on anything. So if I don't get what I want, I can dip. Now, why is this important? Because when it comes, if we transition to the, from that analogy to what's actually going on, if you actually are, let's say I give you the benefit of the doubt and you're not chasing, meaning you're not blowing up his shit. You're not trying to convince him to change his mind. Instead, you're waiting around. You're kind of orbiting on the outside and you're waiting for him to come back. And he semi-knows this. I tell women a lot of the time that, while you have that gut instinct, that intuition that's very accurate, in my opinion, follow it, ladies. Men have the same type of intuition, but it's on how much a woman, or it's indicated on if a woman likes him or not. And I think the reason a lot of guys have this gut feeling or this intuition is because you kind of have to have it as a man when it comes from an evolutionary perspective of survival and reproduction. If a man cannot attract a woman, then by definition he's sterile, right? So I kind of have to know or be very peculiar with if you like me or not, and then go from there. I have to read the signs. Guys are really good at reading the signs because we're very risk avoided. We don't like risk. We like high reward, low risk, and taking advantage of things like that, as you're going to see what I'm about to talk about. So, here's the thing. If he knows you're waiting around, ladies, if he knows you're waiting around, why does he have to change his mind? Why does he have to change his mind? You're not going anywhere. I can't tell you, and I say this in a lot of my videos, I know, so I'm just kind of regurgitating things. I'm beating the hell out of the dead horse here. But he knows, trust me, ladies, he knows that if you're waiting around, that you're most likely not going anywhere. Are there women who are like, who toss the guy up and say, no, I'm done with this? Absolutely. But it's context. You got to understand that if you guys are talking and things were good, talking for a while, month or 2, 3, whatever, 6 months, and things were going good for the most part, and it started to change at the second half, the end. The fourth quarter, right? Shit started to change at the end, and everything before that, prior to that, was great. And let's say he's the one pulling away. With all that in mind, he knows context. He knows you're not going to just give up on it easily. A lot of women don't. You should, but a lot of women don't give up on it easily. And when you're waiting around, like I said, where's the urgency? where's the repercussion for his actions? Where's the consequence for him making the decision to leave you? By you sticking around, it does so many things. It gives him power. It gives him time to make a decision, therefore he doesn't make a decision. He knows that he is one of the top options that you have, hence why you're not letting go. He knows that if he wanted to come back around, he could have you. You know, he knows that you prioritize him over other men. There's so many things. It's a power dynamic. There's so many things. Okay, so ladies, if you want to get a guy to come back, he has to have there has to be a repercussion towards his actions. And I always tell women there's two types of like pulling away. There's the no contact where you're just like, I'm done with it, I'm not contacting you. Okay. That works to an extent. And by the way, no contact to me means you're pulling away 100% as if you're never going to hear from the guy again. Meaning if he doesn't reach out, you don't come back 20 days later, 30 days later, 3 months later. No, you're gone. Like I said, if you come back after that, you're desperate as fuck. You're desperate fuck. He ain't going to make the decision because he doesn't have to, because he knows you're not going anywhere. A guy can only go off what he's exposed to. You ain't going anywhere. He sees it. He's going to take advantage of it. But, there's two types, like I said. There's the no contact, but sometimes that doesn't work because the guy's like, okay, I know she's pulling this bullshit, but if I wanted to get back in, I have the recipe or I have what she's looking for. I just got to come back and say, yada, 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 baby, I'm sorry, let's try this, that kind of stuff, and he gets back in. So he still might be a little hesitant on making the decision right away and coming back. But then there's the second type I always talk about, which is he truly believes, oh shit, she's gone. Oh shit, I made a mistake. Oh man, like the regret. And he can only feel regret if you give him an opportunity to feel it. If you're sticking around, if he knows he has you, if you're waiting for things to change, if you pulled away, God forbid, please don't say you're one of these women who, no offense, you pulled away. The worst type of woman, ladies, don't take offense to this. I understand, weak moment. But if you gave him the ultimatum or you called his bluff and you pulled away and you came back, click off this video. He has you. He ain't making no decision. He doesn't have to change his mind. You ain't fucking going nowhere. No offense. He has it. You just might as well pull away. I know that's harsh, but it's the truth. Whatever. Don't kill the messenger. For being brutally honest. If you're one of these women who tried to have the fucking backbone, puffed your chest out and say, I demand this. He called your bluff on it. You pulled back. And then a week or 2 months later, 3 months later, you come back around. Hey, I mean, that's the power dynamic right there. I don't even have to be in there. You just tell me that situation. I'm like, oh yeah, he has her. Yeah, he has options. He doesn't want a relationship. She's outcome dependent. She doesn't have as many options. Or if she does, they're not quality options like this. So, I mean, that's what it is. Ladies, if you want to get a guy to like you and to truly value, there has to be repercussions to some of his actions. Either you call a dude out, okay, cool. Call the guy out the first time. It might be a character flaw. Or sorry, it might be a mistake. Hey, I took you for granted, baby. I'm sorry, whatever. Does it again and again, it's a character flaw. Cut the dude off. If he's pulling away, cut him off. Pack your bags. Let him come to you. He needs to regret it. And if he doesn't regret it, okay, that's fine. I mean, then it just wasn't a match. It wasn't a match. If you think you're gonna, if you're one, again, I'm sorry, I'm dogging on you, ladies. I'm sorry, but if you think you're one of these ladies who are gonna stick around for him to, and oh, maybe he'll change his mind, or maybe he's not convinced enough yet. No, he's going to take advantage of that. He's going to take advantage of that. Okay, 6 to 8 dates, or 2 months in, give the guy the ultimatum. That's it. If he pulls away prior to that, I think you should reach out and call his bluff and say, hey, it's something up. You're acting a little different. And if he gives you an excuse, put the ball in his court and sit back and let him come back to you. If he even deserves to come back to you after that. I always tell women, if a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you. And women don't understand that. If a guy truly likes you, you would not be watching my videos, okay? So that being said, ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.